friendly, and they know a lot about the school, so if you have questions, please just ask.
They form a reproductive chemistry. They're made to be popular art, which doesn't necessarily mean it's not a high art, but it does mean that it is within the realm of the are addressed correctly, and their memory of having read the book. What about this in relationship with Badiou? Because Badiou says at some point that a work of art should hit us like a...
Reflecting the sort of classic disconnect from general culture. Big, long title here. And so with the
borders to a lot of innovation and creativity. And so all the artists, we've got 4 artists here. Steve Stelling, and he's really a comic artist. That's what he does. He makes comics. He uses a lot of painting technique. What we've got downstairs with Kurt Hayes and Gary Cantor, 2 artists who...
I was like, these are all the performances that you, as my committee, couldn't join. Here's a slide. And by the way,
during this time, when I was a kid, I had no concept of comics.
A lot of that has very little. There are a lot of creators and a lot of publishers in Columbus right now.
Comics, of course, with all due respect to the ogre, which does a great job with all this stuff.
Billy Ireland cartoons. Billy Ireland, for those of you that don't know, was a dispatch cartoon.
It really galls me that, you know, going back to kind of that ego and anger that I think you need, it galls me that I haven't taken off to the point where I'm putting out something every month.
I don't have a lot of...
Buying and reading comics more fun than ever before. Comicsology's Guided Review 2012. Offering the broadest library of comic book content from the top 75 publishers.
So Jeff, can you speak a little bit about your experiences with self-publishing?
Well, when I started in '91, you know, I was just doing comics the only way you could. It was obviously pre-web, and at the same time, Scholastic. So this is, my wife and I published this and have for 20 years. And Scholastic approached us.
But it's the same thing. She just, the author just had a Kickstarter, published a bunch of books, and she just mails it.
So did he come up with the concept, or did you guys both do it together?
His initial... Step by step, I was like, trying to move me.
I had written something for one of my...
Mix 2013 embraces plurality in the pursuit of free and open discussion, but it's a long list. I think it's important to be thanked for your work.
You know, I wanted to ask you, we're here in Columbus. This feels to me like a very Columbus event, and you're
comic, but stretch it out.
Sure.
And make it feel, I don't know, like a Will Eisner comic. I felt confident that I could turn out something that was at least competent.
Right. From 1965 to 77, of black masculinity and the troubling influence of race on these representations. Among many distinctions, the documentary recently won the...
He's really not invested in Justin. It's an old story, but it's one of my favorite stories, and that's one of the things I read, and I was like, oh, this is crazy.
The artist's reception, we were thinking, wow, there is a whole lot of us here about stuff.
I mean, come on. I'm from that first wave of feminism.
Can we just like, yeah.
Oh, there's music, sorry.